Here we are. Ciao to everybody. I know that, as usually, I'm just few minutes earlier, and this is to make sure that I get there on our rendezvous just before you start arriving. So let's wait a little bit. Today, the title of this live chat it's going to be sketching cars and wheels because wheels are always so complicated, especially at the beginning to do. So we have already three people. All right, hi guys or girls, how you doing? Five, very good. We are improving, having more people. Ciao. All right, I'm happy that you're good. Me too. After day of work. Hello. Aditya, I have to go and check it. I saw your email. I will. Now I am at home and with my telephone, even if I can check it on my telephone, it's a little bit complicated because it's too small. So I guess tomorrow morning I will check it out on my computer. But of course, don't worry, I will give you an answer. Hello, Barani Raja. Ciao. So we are six people. Seven. Great. Let's wait that we get at least 10, 15 people so that we can start. Hey, don't worry, Raj. You can find the last video chat on my channel. It's enough you go and check in the playlist that I created, which is called Live Chat, and you just click. It was about portfolio. So it might be very, very interesting for you to go and check it out, okay? It was a very nice live chat. We talked almost an hour together, and you will find lots of advices and interesting reasonings about how to prepare a portfolio so that you don't make the biggest mistakes. Hi, Kumar. Anybody? Oh, I see a lot of people from India. Anybody from Europe? Andrea Cibra. Ciao. I think this is from Italy, I guess. Yeah, all right. So we have someone from Europe, which is from my country, Italy. Great. Now people are increasing, huh? So don't worry. Just in a while, I will start. I have some nice stuff to show you, okay? So that we will use this stuff to talk together. Yeah, the topic it's gonna be about sketching cars. Of course, this is what everybody loves the most. Yeah, I know, Raj, that you're from India. With that name, with that face, I know. From Egypt. All right, that's cool. My first time someone it's from Egypt. I know that there are people following my website from Egypt, also on Facebook, but I guess here it's the first time. I mean, at least for me. So today is Wednesday, okay, and this is the second live chat for the week. And in Italy, starting in Bolzano, Stefan Zamper. All right, ciao. And in Bolzano, in which school are you studying? Excuse me, I'm very curious. Quale università in Bolzano o liceo? Let's speak a little bit English and Italian at the same time. Okay, so University of Bolzano. Okay, I get it. All right. Are you doing design? So, next live chat will be next Monday. Okay, good. Which are the must-have for a 3D modeler? I will tell you. I wrote an article about the digital modeler. okay? And you can find this on my Facebook page because I publish there to make sure that people can read it. I also made a video chat a week ago about the modeler. Argentina, all right, ¿cómo va? ¿Todo bien? One of my best friends at Art Center is from Argentina, Gabriel. Clay modeling, yes, I will do it. Not today, but I will do it. Okay, so let's start. We are about 15 people, which is still increasing, which is very, very good. So, sketching cars and wheel sketches, which is always the hottest topic every time we are starting to learn how to sketch cars correctly. And of course, we said many times that to sketch a car correctly, we need good perspective, good line work, nice proportions, especially nice proportions, and most of all, we have wheels, and those wheels must be correctly sketched. This means that the wheel is an ellipse in perspective, okay? And that ellipse has two axes, major axis, minor axis. And what we're really looking for is for the minor axis, okay? And the minor axis is the one very important for us because it goes to the vanishing point. That's the rule. And we cannot change that rule because I see a lot of people, they do strange stuff with the axis of the wheels. So, I make this for you, okay? And now I show you something very quick, all right? You can see here, all right? This is an ellipse, major axis and minor axis, all right? The minor axis goes to the vanishing point. So in your sketches, what you have to do, you have to make sure that according to your vanishing points, your minor axis goes to the vanishing points. Now I will show you a sketch, okay, where we can see that. Now wait. If I show you a top perspective, okay? Something like this. Do you see I put the minor axis? Where are they going? They are going to the vanishing point, which is down here somewhere. You see? And the major axis, I really don't care. The major axis is a consequence. So, if we have the minor axis that is going to the vanishing points, everything is going to be fine. Now, you can see in this sketch that there is a good perspective, okay? And we have also very nice line quality, which is very important for a good sketch. So perspective is good, proportions is good, and we have a nice line quality. Now look at this detail, for example. This is darker, and then it becomes lighter. You see? This is a line variation, and this gives you a very, very good line quality. Look, the same thing down here. Darker and lighter on the side. And this is like shading a line. Now look, there are other lines, you see? But those other lines are very, very light. And why we do that? Because this is the beginning of sketching, all right? So, what happens when we have to go from this step 1, to the step 2? So, step 1 is proportions, all right? Perspectives, good perspectives and respect of the rules with the wheels for for the ellipses, all right? I am live pressing, follow me the rules. They're very good. Bravo, Andrea. Okay? And when we go and we have a very nice line quality, very light, and we start giving accent to some of those lines so that we can see better our shape, our car, then we go to the step 2, and I'm going to show you right now. You ready? There you go. You see? Now we can see that I just added a lot of extra details. I do not have yet the reflections, all that stuff. But now I have the lines, you see the lines, that will tell me where my reflections will be according to my shape. And this is very important, because when we put a reflection, we want to make sure that it describes a shape. It's not just we putting a black, how can I say, brush stroke, and we say, yeah, that's a reflection. No, it has to be according to the sections, okay? So, this is a cylinder, all right? Therefore, in this cylinder, this is the part where the car is turning, all right? Then the reflection stops before, because it's the rule of the cylinder. You remember that. We already explained this last time. And here, same thing, we have the reflections lying here. Then we have the cast shadow, you see? The cast shadow. And we have the rocker panel here lying to make sure that we understand that there is a space between the car and the ground, which is this one. Once again, look at the minor axis of your wheel, of our wheels. You see? It's going over there. And this one is going over there. You see? Look, all the lines are going to one vanishing point. You see? Follow my pencil, my pen, color pen. You see the lines of perspective. You see? Here it's straight, of course, because this is the center. And then it's like a ventaille. Voilà. Okay? So this is, now we see the car. And now let's imagine this is our design. Then we can start saying, well, you know what? Now let's start putting some shading. I have a doubt. Who does door windows gets reflection? Because this is glass. And the glass has a reflection. Of course. The glass has a reflection. I will show you after, because when we put the shading, you will see the transparency effect, and you will understand. Okay? So, now that we did this, we go to the step number 3, which is the shading. Okay? And the shading will basically give us the end of our quick sketch, on which we can say, I take this sketch and I can present to somebody to have a critique, to exchange ideas, okay? And now we go. Wait, all right? Here we go. Here you see all the shading done correctly. Wait, that I try not to move too much my drawing, all right? I will put a little bit closer so that you can see it. Now, look at the glass. Wait. Okay, so do you see? This is the structure behind the glass. That's why it's darker. Do you see? Then we have, with the pencil, with a sort of crossing edge nick, all those lines very well done. Always good quality, okay? Always good quality. Don't go fast, very rough, because that's sloppy, that's not good. And we create a focal point here. So we go from dark to light. Dark to light. And when we do this, this shows that the car is a little bit turning, almost spherical. almost spherical a little bit, okay? It's almost doing this, okay? So let's check again together so that this is clear to you. Do you see? Now you should try to do that. And now that we did this, let's check the cylinder of the side view. This is body section. And you see the reflection line very dark here, okay, with something moving there. All right, look. Why it's done like that? Because we imagine that in the back, this is the car, here there is an image reflecting in the car, okay? So we see it like that. And over here there are things that are not regular in terms of shapes. So if you have a cylinder here and something which is irregular, of course you have a line, both lines that are not very regular, but they are flat because of the surface that makes everything a little bit stretched and flat. This is theory of reflections, all right? You can find on Google, also on my tutorial here on YouTube, you can find those details explained while I sketch, okay? You can go back and check it out, all right? And therefore, what happens? After we have a contrast, the contrast is here, dark, super light, okay? And that's because it's the rule of a reflecting shape, which is a cylinder. Then what happens? We have a shading. Do you see the shading? Dark, very gently going to white. And then again the contrast. This is the reflection of the object on the other side. So, wait. Let me show you this way, okay? This is our car, all right? And we have something in the front that is reflecting on the side of the car, all right? Now, when I show you, when I show you the reflection on the top of the car, it's exactly the stuff that is on the other side. Do you understand that? And this is something that we must understand. Because if we don't understand that, we do those shapes, but we don't know what the hell we're doing. So, front objects that are in the front reflecting like in a mirror. Me in a mirror, okay? And here are all over here what is on the other side of the horizon, all right? And to make this more clear to you, I will do just another quick sketch to show you. Very, very simple. We're gonna use the green to make the symbol of the car, okay? All right, so we have our car here. And then we have objects here and objects here. And they are reflecting. And they are reflecting. Can you see? This is a principle. Now, I made it square, but of course, because this is a cylinder, and this is also a cylinder up here, big, huge cylinder, there is a part that is on the other side and is capturing the reflection of the objects that are here. If everything was completely square, we would not have reflections on top. We would have just the sky from the top. But because this part of the car is rounded like every car, it's normal, no? You can see this. You can feel that he's doing that. All right? Okay, so this is the most important thing of today. I would like to tell you also that those three steps are part of my ebook, all right? Which is Car Design Sketching Tips 2. that you can find on lulu.com, all right? And just in case you don't know, I write for you here. This is the name of the website where you can find eventually my ebooks explaining all this stuff. And now I'm going to show you this sketch, which tells us a lot of things about a three-quarter front, which is kind of simple to do because all the horizontal lines are horizontal. So minor axis of the back wheel, it's horizontal, all right? Because the vanishing points in this type of perspective, the vanishing points are at the horizon. So they are never coming together, the lines. They're all horizontal. The only wheel that has a minor axis tilted of few degrees going up is the front one. And the reason is very simple, because there is a suspension. So the car, it's a little bit, you know, how can I explain that? The car has a suspension, no? So if I put the car inside view and I turn the wheel to make it more exciting, all right, in my illustration, the reality was that the car, it turns a little bit because there are the springs of the suspension that are pushing up in one side and down on the other. And that's why that ellipse is not following with the minor axis, the rule of the back one, which is still. It's going a little bit up. Okay? Let's check it again. You see? Okay. And now you can see that the rule of reflections, it's once again respected. Look. Look on the glass. We can imagine that this part here, it's a really tight reflection. Why? Because the curvature of the cylinder of the side glass, it's really tipping in. It's a sports car, no? So it's I don't want to say it's like a Lamborghini, because Lamborghini is like that, but it's like a nice coupe. All right. Now the front windshield, as we said many times, it is a part of a conic shape. And that's why the reflection, it's more triangular, because it's a cone. It's a part of a cone. You see? Do you see? This is almost triangular shape. This is a cylinder, part of a cone. And the front also is a part of a cylinder. All right? Now, when we do this type of perspective, you have to check always this white space underneath here, where is the cast shadow. Because this will tell you if the wheels on the other side of a car, so not those ones, but those ones, are really well placed because of the perspective, you know? So, we said that, wait a second, I'm looking for something to make myself clear. Okay. This is the car, all right? Now, if I do this in perspective, always on the same plane, you know, two wheels are here, but the other two are here. So you have to judge those two here, how much in the front they go. And of course, we do this by eye, because that's the good thing of sketching, you know? We learn how to do that. So, the white space here, the white space there, and the white space here show you how this wheel, it's moved in the front compared to this one and to this one. You get the point? And that is important to get the right proportion of your car in perspective. Of course, you can do this in any type of perspective. But now let's come back on something that is a little bit more refined, with some colors that I think you all gonna love. So here there is a part of a reflection, a rendering, that was done by a good friend of mine when he was my student long ago, which is this one. First of all, let me know, do you like it? This is not Photoshop. This is done with chalk, pastel, color pencil, white gouache, markers. Look, I try to put it closer so that you can see detailing. You see, this is really cool. This is done by Hakan Sarakoglu, who was, last time I heard news from him, he was a design director in China. And this is beautiful, it's true, it's very beautiful. And you can see all the details. Cool light with the blue line, which symbolizes the cool light. And here it's warm, you see? It's warm. As we said, we always do cool opposite of warm in illustration, because that's what we want to do. All right? And then the reflection is really, really nice. We can see also transparency in the glass area, you see? Look how nice. And of course we can do those things because of sensibility. This is really sensibility. Now I'll show you another one, always from the same designer. You ready? We see a little bit more of the car here. This is also one of my ebooks, the one that's called Reflections. I'll show you those two. Look at that. Another sports car. Look at the volume. Now we understand the shape here, don't we? Write down. Tell me yes or no. I want to see. Look. Beautiful shape here. It's a big force cylinder. Then it comes inside here and comes outside. And here we have a big rocker panel which is really rounded, very powerful, very muscle car. That's nice. That's good quality. Look at the shadow. You see the shadow? It's following this line here. It's really helping us to understand the shape of this color sketch, color renderings. And this one also done by hand. This is chalk, marker, and it's done with color pencils, all right, on vellum paper. And it's beautiful. This is a tip-up perspective. I'll show you a little bit closer so you can see details. Study the details. I want you to see the details to understand. Look at this. This is the core, darkest area of the spheric surface coming down where is the sun. This is like a sunset, excuse me. And then this is the horizon line of the reflection coming down in the dark because the section is coming inside. And then it comes outside. Look, here, coming outside. So taking the light. You see, in fact, this one, it's very similar to this part, you see? Because those two sections, they are both almost parallel. That's very nice. This is a study of the volumes that he had in his mind. And that's how he gave value to them using colors correctly. Then little details, you see, with the little highlights. Look at the highlights. This is done with gouache. You can see in the highlights, you can see also the thickness of the hole inside, of the material coming inside. Look. You can do that stuff. And to do this stuff, of course, how can we do this stuff? Of course, working very hard, studying a lot, reflections. We have to understand what it is. You know, I'm gonna make another little section for you so that you can think about. If I have a car that is doing this, all right? You see, this is a section, all right? The section of a car, all right? On the door. Glass area, the door, the rocker panel, the front wheel. I show like that so that it's easier for you to see. Now, I'm gonna show you how the light it's going to touch. If the light is here, look, can you see? Can you understand? Those are the spots where the light will be strong on that section. The rest will be shadow. And now I will use a blue color to show you how the reflection part, which is the object reflecting into the car, according to the shape, how those objects will be inside. The objects are here, okay? And it's gonna start there. All right, I'll be there. Huh? 1 second, be patient. Do you see? Now, when I put the dots, when I put those dots, it's because it's a shading, okay? There is a shading effect, of course. So can you see that? Now, I would like to take you back the illustration I showed you before. This one. And I am sure that now you will understand much better what I'm talking about. Can you understand now? Okay, so I really hope that this sort of lecture, okay, I really hope that this can be of help to understand when you start doing your sketches. Make your lines, do everything as you like, you know. Imagine in your head how you want to bend this sculpture, okay? Because it's a sculpting, all right? And then understand how with markers, color pencils, you can apply the theory of reflections and lights and cast shadows to make sure that we can see and understand your sections, your volumes. Just like Akan did when he was student. Just like this. We know how that car is. I wish you were one of my professors while I was in Politecnico. No? Andrea, Politecnico, mi dispiace, ma io ho una idea molto precisa e non è molto positiva. Ci vuole una design school. Queste cose, design school. Mi dispiace. Okay, so what I was saying to Andrea is that, of course, Polytechnic school, they try to teach in a very scientific way, maybe more technical way, car design, which is always, of course, has to do something with engineering and mechanical engineering. But, as I said in my first live chat, if you want to be a car designer, you need a design school. Because the way I'm teaching you is exactly the same way other teachers that are designers are teaching design in design school. Because this is a method. And the method is exactly a consequence of our know-how, okay? Our mentality, how we approach design, and how we try to make design, all right? Okay, so what else can I do? This is, as I said, my reflections ebook. There is one thing I want to show you also. No, always just, well, this is another page of the ebook. Can you see that? Okay, I did this sketch to try to explain in a very easy way, I hope it is easy for you, how those main basic shapes in reality form our car. Look at the cylinder. Look at the reflections of a chrome cylinder and look how it's working on the glass on the side of the car. Spherical, conic, you see? So that's another thing that I wanted to show you, because those sketches really, I believe, I hope, it really give you the ABC of the steps that you have to follow in order to make sketching, ideations, and doing that correctly, so that you are the first one to understand what the hell you're doing, all right? Now, I would like to ask you, we still have a few more minutes, do you have a particular question for me tonight? Because if you do, just ask. I will try to answer you. Write down. While you're doing that, don't forget, next Monday, same time, we will be here, and I will try to keep Monday and Wednesday, the 2 weekly days, during which I'll try to be with you, trying to give you some fun. Okay, every session with the same time, so is this and every day? No, it's not every day, it's Monday and Wednesday, if I'm able to keep the pace correctly. Because of course I also have other stuff to do, but I'll try to engage myself for that. Yeah, right, the rims are always quite difficult. Yeah, I can show you again. Now look at this. Let's make it bigger. All right. Now you can see that inside I made an empty section. You see the empty section. To make that understand, look at those details. Look how the lines, I sketched the lines to make sure that they are following inside. No? Do you see? According to perspective. Do you see? And that's how we can give a feeling of 3D around the wheels. But one thing is for sure, when you do the wheels, you have one constructing line, which is the minor axis, going to the vanishing point. And you must, all the ellipses inside, they must follow the same vanishing point, the same minor axis, okay? That's of course. And then you can see the detail for the tire. Very sketchy, very sketchy. Have you some tips to improve the 3/4 view with wheels 3/4 view? Yes, I do have 3/4 views. Let me see if I find something here, just in case I could show it to you. Because this is more for reflections. Anyway, if you go to check lulu.com, you will find my... I want to show you this. This is nice. It's a nice sketch I made. Look. Come on, guys. Like this is easy to understand. The city, the village, mega huge cylinder. That's what's happening. You see the lines here, it's compressed because it's bending, but the reflections never goes up there. It stays here, down. And this is the sky. Of course, shading, dark, light, dark, contrast. And let me see if there is something else. Yeah, next time, you know what I would like to do? My design so smashing up, looking too good. How can I improve? and also my lines are not proper. Hey, line quality, it's something that you can learn just by doing a lot of exercises. There is a video. Check the video in tutorials. The tutorials I made on my channel. There is a very nice video where I just sketch with the camera on top of me, and I just sketch lines and ellipses, and I do shading to show how you can obtain a very good line quality. Ravi, don't worry, we are still going on. But anyway, you can catch up the same video in, I would say, in 15 minutes, because it will be recorded and published, okay? So don't worry. Sketch it together and more dynamic views. Yes, this is another good thing. I'll make just a quick sketch. When we have a page, okay, like this one, and we want to make something nice that might go into our portfolio, we want to think about composition. And the composition on page, it's a crucial moment to make a nice illustration, overall rendering. So first of all, what we want to do is, do we do an horizon line flat, which is a little bit static, with something in the center, like this, but this is static, because everything looks the same, you see? Or we want to do something that is more like that. You see? More like that, with a different type of perspective and a horizon line which is tilted. And this becomes more exciting, of course. So the composition is important. Then, of course, when you have lots of sketches and you want to do a composition of sketches, remember that you want always a focal point. So you want to make sure that you have a big sketch, all right? I'll do something like that, very quick. On the side, all right, kind of big. And then you can put on top, side view, smaller, lighter stuff, okay? And then you can do some nice background with the shot that is doing that. You see? This is like a storyboard, okay? But then you can see that your attention goes here. You are selling your sketches there. And then we can see also the others in different views, lighter, darker, but the attention is there because the background, the shadow, the size, and the position, which is not in the center, but more on the side, which is more dynamic. Do you understand? This is a principle. Now, I'm not going to make the precise sketch for you, of course. That's something that you have to do. But the rules, the thinking behind it, that's how you should do. Anything else? We are 20. I'm very happy. 20 people sticking to the video for me. 21 maintenant. Now, all right, great. Sir, please check my sketch which I sent you on Facebook. Okay, Dinesh, I will. Photoshop tips, how we give a perfect reflection in the car. Well, I just showed it to you. Reflections. That's a nice reflection. That's for sketching. Then if you talk about renderings, it's up to you. The most important thing for me is that you learn the rule. No, the rule. I don't know if I have some sketches here. No, I don't have it here. Next time I will bring some more defined sketches. But don't forget that last time, section problem inside view sketch. How can I improve? Sir, cross-section problem inside view. I don't understand that. I have to see a sketch to understand. Can I have your email to a portfolio review? If you are on Facebook, just send it on Messenger. Don't worry. The line weight, how to decide. I'll tell you. I'll do some stuff, I'll show you, okay? I do lines, all right? Look, Those are lines. You see, they are fairly good. Very light. Once I do my lines, I choose one. On the sketch is the same thing. And I make it three-dimensional. You ready? I'm gonna do it. Okay, look. You see, dark, lighter, dark, lighter. That's a way to treat a line. Now, of course, I didn't have my point, my sharp point, so it's not so precise. But anyway, what is important? Qualche trucco per fare meglio il disegno con i marker? Yes, for markers, it's very important when you use markers that you decide, for example, to make the shading, you take 3 markers of the same color but different value tones. For example, if we use a gray, let me find, for example, those two, very light blue, very dark blue, okay? The rule says to make sure that you don't make mistake, you start with the light. And then we start giving the first brush stroke, okay? Like this. Okay, look. All right? Now I let this dry. Has to dry. Once it's dry, it's dried, I use the same light color again, going from the top and making a shading to the bottom. It's always the same thing. We need the shading. So I do it this way. Can you see now there is already a shading happening? I let it dry, unless it mixes too much, because those are brand new. All right? Then I take the darker one. I go on top because the reflection line is there. And I try to do it. Then I go back with the light one and I make the transition between the two. You ready? Can you see the shading? This is like a cylinder now. Now, before to finish, what do? I take a blue pencil and I go on top to clean up the lines. Very lightly, you see? Now I could imagine here that there is a you see? Can you imagine this is a door? Do you understand that? I hope I gave a good example of how you can start. And this is practice, and then of course you have to practice. You take your colors, you choose your right pencil, and you practice. Which color? In general, I have my pocket money to buy these awesome colors and markers. What I suggest generally is to use grays. Cool grays, not warm grays, cool grays. Like this one. Wait, I'm looking for it, okay? Because I do have. Yeah. You see? Gray, cool grays. I have more over here. This one. You see? This one. This one. You see? Cool grays. Because you can build up, and the cool grays is very nice. As a color, it's easy, it's neutral, it gives you guys the opportunity to exercise without, because colors it's more complicated. Once you understand how you have to change the tone value of your color, the same color, in this case the gray, then it will be easy for you to take a blue and a light blue and try to make a shading with that. You understand? All right. Can you discuss sketch hatching styles as pen? Yes, I can do that. I will do it now. Okay? I'll do it now. And I can also show you. I had a sketch with pen, but I can do it. I can do it. No problem. Let me find a pen, which is this one. All right. So I'm using a blue ballpoint pen. All right. And I'll just do something very quick. All right. You see? Very quick sketch, okay? Now I will try to make a little bit of line quality, and after I will apply some shading using the cross-hatching technique, which is, cross-hatching technique is to cross, to make a shading with pen. Okay, so first of all, let's work a little bit of the line quality, okay? Now I'm doing the shadow. And then I'll put just a very light reflection. Look, can you see now? I mean, before we had just some really quick lines. Now I define more, and this is gonna be my reflection. All right? Prismacolors are perfect. The best colors on earth. So, what do? First of all, I take a black marker and I do the shadow on the ground. That's important. And I will show you. Look. All right? So now we have a car that is sitting on the ground. Quick sketch. And now we'll do the cross-hatching. I will do it and then I'll show you. First of all, I will do it on the reflection of the glass. You see? Here I made a side reflection and I put some cut lines. Now the cross-hatching, all right. First step. This is just the first step, I'll show you. You ready? This is first step. And as you can see, the most important thing to notice that all those lines are crossing, tilted, and they are parallel. That's the most important thing. They are parallel. And then I try already to make it stronger here and lighter here to start making my shading shadow. Now I'll do the crossing. Okay, so I changed the paper orientation so that I can cross. All right, I'm done. I'm going to show you. Look, can you see the cross-hatching? So this is the cross-hatching. Pretty nice. Now, I'm going to use the marker to do the reflection on the side of the car so we have a nice sketch. And we can say that the quick sketch is finished. You see? Very quick. All right? Okay, so next time, what would you like me to talk about? Because I prepare myself. We can talk about the clay modeling a little bit more if you're interested. Okay? And I will, thank you, Siddharth, thank you. And I will search for some nice pictures to show you. If you want to go and check my ebooks, I will put the link in the description of this video later on, okay? Once that I have access to the video, because it takes some time to be published, definitely, okay? Thermocol modeling, please. Thermocol, I don't know, what does it mean? I'm sorry, I don't know this. Yeah, next time I will talk about clay modeling, okay? And we will talk also a little bit about design process, which is very important. New volume expense channel next time. Okay, okay, we can do that too. Okay, clay modeling, all right. Clay modeling, yes, don't worry, I will do it. It's like foam. Ah, okay, foam, okay, yes. Yes, foam modeling, I used to do this in school. I know there are different type of foams. Next time we will talk about clay, wood, foam, what is called light modeling. First, I want to thank you for your time, students and people who want to start a career in automotive design. I have a question. You can help me. Ask your question right away before I finish this video. Which is your question? Make it short. Okay? I want to know, what is your opinion about Coventry University? It's not bad. I was there once. And I have a friend that is the head of bachelor there. An Italian guy. Yeah, Coventry is fine. Coventry is fine. Don't worry. Coventry University is good. Don't worry, okay? You're safe with Coventry. Yes, okay. Next time we will focus on modeling process, design process, and we will talk a little bit all the issues connected to the different type of materials. The way we learn at school, or the way I learn in school, which is still the way we do it today. All right? So, thank you very much. All right? Share the video. Do you have a Facebook page? Put this video once it's published. Copy the link and put it on your page. All right? Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And I'll see you on Monday, same time. Ciao, Andrea. Ciao to everybody. Thank you for being there with me all this time. It's an hour. Ciao. After 18 years old, you need a car design university or college. I read a comment. So, design university or design college, all right? For a bachelor in car design and not engineering, because it doesn't have anything to do with car design. I hope I've been clear on that. Ciao to everybody. Good night. Good evening. Ciao.